Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it. You already know. Like a what? What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to Gunners Collective TV, man, where you already know we're about to get it in. But before we get it in, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Ding! Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed in the direction of the dope content that the gun is kicking. I appreciate the support, man. I'm very humbled by it. So gangsters been doing this. And let's talk about what they've been doing, man. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, right? Look, for those of you that are from Avardo, from back in the days, not this new school shit that just got jumped in 2023. I get it, homie. I get it, but I don't, right? We're talking about the 90s, late 80s, you know, when gangster shit was gangster shit, right? When people were really popping. There was a lot going on around me. I seen a lot, right? And some of the things I didn't agree with. I was young. I didn't agree with it then. I'm older. I definitely don't agree with it now. But it's been happening and no one ever talks about it. See, I did a video I think it was about a year ago, about kind of lightweight talking about the issue, but I think it's pretty relevant now with a lot of things that I've been seeing going on YouTube and social media that I kind of double down and speak on it, right? And let's see if you guys understand where I'm coming from. You know, when I say gangsters been doing it, not only gangsters, but grown men. And unfortunately, man, it's the situation where, you know, I remember as a youngster, you know, being around tios and tias and family members and being at their pad or even friends' pad or even sometimes my pad, right? And seeing our parents get into arguments and fighting, and it got serious. I mean, sometimes it got this serious, right? Between a man and a woman. And I always knew better. You know, I was taught like, hey, you know, you're not supposed to throw hands with women or put hands on them. None of that, right? That ain't gangster shit. That is not man shit, period. You know, you got to respect women and love women and be there for them. You know, and I understand sometimes you get caught up with the wrong woman. It's all bad. And she's throwing uppercuts on you. She's Mike Tyson in your ass. She's Jake Pauling you. But at the same time, you know, you got to bite your tongue, homie. Even though she doesn't split that motherfucker, you still got to bite it and hold your tongue and be a man in the situation and understand that you can overpower that woman at any point. So the best thing to do is just take off, bounce, right? But I was in situations where this was happening around children. Me, myself at the time being a child and the others in the house, my friends or whatever. And, you know, as kids, you're a little scared. You know, you're like, wow, what the hell's going on? You don't know if this vault is going off. He's going to do something to you, do something to everyone, you know, because motherfuckers that are in love do some crazy stuff. And, you know, it was a situation where it was child endangerment, okay? And I'd see the cops come. And back in our days, you know, they break the fight. I mean, motherfuckers be throwing fists, hands right there in the middle of the fucking front yard. And the cops would come, hey, listen here. You know, especially if it was like a white cop, that's how he said. He said, listen, what we're going to do is you're going to go that way. And ma'am, you're going to go that way. Wait up. She got ass. You can come this way. We're going to split you up for a night. Get your shit together. Don't be doing this around your children. You know, but it wasn't me. It wasn't my old man. He didn't give me this black guy. Well, then maybe it was the black dude next door. I don't know. I'm just saying, you guys are going to split it up for a day or two, right? And so nowadays it's like, hey, one of you guys are going to jail. We're taking one of you guys to jail. And it doesn't matter who, motherfucker, you guys pick which one. Okay, but there was always the children element there, you know, the child endangerment. And I felt like that wasn't gangster shit, people that do that around kids. And so I know that if you get locked up because you argued with your old lady or you fought with your old lady in front of the kids, look, I'm here to tell you guys, you might not get ran up on for the spousal. Some groups do, some groups don't. But if there was children involved, it's an automatic no. You're going to get whacked. You're not going to be participating with the homies, period. North, south, none of that. I can't speak on the brothers in the woods. I don't know exactly how they do it, brother. I know as long as you got coffee, you're good, right? Now, I know they don't like the spousal shit too, but I do know this. You're not going to be functioning if there was a children involved on any level, okay? So that shit's been happening, and you know that. So riddle me this. when I see homies, and I used to be one of the little ones in the back of the car, you know, a 9, 10 years old little gang member, wannabe gang member, cruising around with 30-year-old homeboys, 25-year-old homeboys, 26-year-old homeboys. They were like 18, 19, 20, 25. 20. Yeah, there was like, most of them were like 22, right? And we're cruising around with all these homies. And they're like, here, homie, hold the gun, hold the strap. Of course, they want you to hold the gun because, hey, you're going to get less time than they would. And, but wasn't that dry snitching here? You hold the gun, and then when they get caught, it was mine. It was the youngster, right? Or it was mine. I didn't have it on me. Wasn't that child endangerment? Because these guys that get locked up, say we do a shooting, I'm young, I'm 9, 10 years old, I get off where I'm mad at, right? The homie's like, get them fools, right? And then we all get locked up, and the homies, he's just loved. He's over there just getting mean mugs, shoulder shrugs, and a whole bunch of hugs. Wasn't that child endangerment? I always asked myself, I never liked it. So I remember when I got out of the youth authority after I did my highlight, right, and I got out, and the homies used to have these youngsters around, and they used to be like, hey, bro, fucking, this is the little homie's, this is the big homie's brother, the little fucking little 14-year-old, 15-year-old. I used to be like, nah, and hell nah, right? Sesame Street, get the fuck up out of here. Homies used to be like, don't talk to the homie like that. He said, bro, he's not even hit the homie level yet. He shouldn't even know me level yet. Do you understand? These are young kids. This to me was always child endangerment. To me, I always felt like we were not indoctrinating them or educating them into the gang life. We were making them or pushing them or giving them no opportunity and chance. I always thought, you know, hey, when you got your mind on right, when you're an adult and you can decide, and I understand, look, I was young. You get into gangs are a young man's game, right? Obviously, it's been happening. But I just never agreed with it, right? I see a lot of these fucking fuckboys running around talking shit. Oh, this Vauta's fucking with this young girl, or this Vauta's doing that, or these Vautas are doing this, yeah. But you got the little homie, right, holding guns for you, or you got the little homie doing highlights for you, or you got the little homie doing things for you. They're not of age yet either, bro. To me, that's the same shit. You're using them just like you used that girl. You're just using them in a different way. There's no sugarcoat adding preservatives, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's how I felt. Now, there's a lot of people that don't feel the same way, and I don't understand why. You know, you shouldn't be dealing with youngsters in any capacity, period. That's just me, right? Now, I had a homeboy, and this is what happened, right? And, you know, I was never one for pushing a super hard line. You know, I was in a position at one point in time where my voice would be heard. I had I could put a token in the arcade game, right? I had a little say-so, you know, within my neighborhood or within, you know, the county jail that I was locked up at the time. And there was a homeboy that came in, and it was 3 youngsters, 3 minors and him, and they got caught for what was kind of like a lightweight drive-by shooting. Now, like I said in a video a couple of days ago, man, the drive-by thing that you all hear, the myth, the mystique that, oh, no drive-by is allowed or else, right? The or else never happened. I've never seen the or else happen. Vaulters come in, what happened? Well, we see some of them things, which we're Southsiders, right? And we let loose, bro. Homies are going to start giving you hugs and shit. That's right. Did you get him? Did you get him? That's it. Anyways, it was a homeboy. He was with 3 youngsters. One of them was like 16. One was 17. The other one was like 14 or something, right? They're cruising. The 14-year-old, of course, is the one. Oh, it's always the youngest one that lets loose. Why? Because he's encouraged to. Because everyone knows he's going to get less time than everybody, right? It's always been like that. Now it's even more so like that. But the homeboy gets locked up. He's like, yeah, homie, the homies was giving him the business. And I questioned him. I was like, yeah, who'd you get locked up with? Oh, you know, the homeboy Julio's brother and the homeboy Whoop-de-Whoop's brother and the little homie, his cousin. And I was like, them are youngsters, bro. What are you doing running around with them? Kind of weird fucking Cheeto shit are you on, right? He's like, nah, man, I swooped the little homies up. We see some of them fools, man. We just let them have it. And I was like, listen, bro. Listen, fuck all that, who you let have it. Okay, you're a gangster. But what are you doing utilizing the little homies like that? Hey, bro, I didn't put the gun in their hand. Yeah, but you're the man in the car that could take the gun out of their hand. What are you doing, bro? Now you're sitting here bragging, boasting and bragging how you guys got off, but you didn't do shit. You were the fucking driver, right? Meanwhile, you're letting these little young kids throw away their whole life and ruin everything. They don't even know yet why they're doing it. They're just doing it to be cool, so that way you could say, and you're not even really, oh yeah, homie, you know, and say, you know what we do. No, I know what they do. I know what you do. See, they get off, and you're over here bragging, and they're young, and you should put them in a position to better facilitate funds for the homies. Like, hey man, go out there, go to school, get an education, do good, bro. You know what I mean? You're still from the neighborhood, you're from the Vaudreuil, man, but we want to see you do as good as you can. And maybe you could help us by being a lawyer or something, so you can get us the fuck up out of prison when we shoot somebody, right? Things like that. I don't know. I never seen that, right? So anyways, what happened was the homie kept bragging about what they were doing, and it made me mad. So I got at one of the homies that was in a position to be in that position, and I was like, hey, bro, why does this dude get to fucking walk around this theater, talk about how these him and these little youngsters, how he was educating and fucking giving them the glitch on the game, and they're kids, bro. What do you see? What about that do you see that ain't right? Yet this other vato came in for fighting with this old lady, and the kid was in the other room, and the homies whacked them, like, for child endangerment, because he put a kid in a bad position. He didn't touch the kid, didn't hurt the kid, but I understand. No, I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just saying I understand. But what the fuck is this, right? The homie said, you're right, ain't it? I said, yeah, I'm right. Motherfucking shit, I've been right, right? If loving me is wrong, then you don't want to be right, right? And he was like, let me get at a couple people, right? So, I started pushing the narrative on him. I know it's being an asshole, but it wasn't like, see, to me, and we're going to get a little political here because they say I can't talk about politics, right? Well, we're going to get a little bit political. In certain situations, you shouldn't push the envelope on homies, I felt, right? Like, if he didn't do nothing to you, why do you have to be all up in the mix trying to get him whacked or hurt? There's a lot of dudes that like drama, just like social media likes drama. They'll fuck around and find out anything on a homie and push a narrative on him just because they want to see somebody get stabbed that day. It has nothing to do with whether they like him or dislike him, or some people don't, they dislike you, so they push a hard line on you, right? They politic on you. It happens all the time in jails, prisons, especially with Mexicans, right? It's just what happens. I've seen it happen so many times, right? So anyways, this time I felt it was warranted. I thought about it. Like, I liked the homeboy. He was a good homie, but at the same time, I didn't agree with that because I had a strict policy and a rule when I was gangbanging. Like, if you were under 18 or nothing, you weren't shit to me. Like, your dad is still paying child support for you. You got to get the fuck away from me. Your mom is still getting food stamps for you. That's okay. You got Fruit Loop juice and Kick cereal still stuck right here in your little wannabe DK brocha. I'm cool. I can't fuck with it, right? And so what ended up happening was the homeboys DP'd him, and of course, it wasn't a hands-on thing. It was a workout thing. He worked out till he almost passed out and died. And then the dude kept on doing it, kept irking me, man. So I was at the point of throwing my career away. I was in the county jail, and I was like, man, I'm ready to sock this dude in his mouth. I'm ready to take it that route because I'm tired of hearing him talk about how, yeah, man, I had the little homies holding this, and I had the little homies holding that, and I didn't like it, right? And so I confronted him, and I got DP'd for confronting him, man. And that was unfortunate. But I got mine back. And let me explain to you how I got mine back. So we had to stay cordial in county jail, even though I didn't like looking at his fucking mascara. And a lot of homeboys agreed with me, like, yeah, you are right, homie. You know what I mean? You're right, bro, the way you move. And I said, it's not that anyone told me anything. This is just something I feel. It's a two-edged sword here, man. Oh, we're going to fucking rush this homeboy or get off on this homeboy because he fucking got in a thing with this old lady with kids present. But this dude's running around with kids, fucking making them shoot people for him. Nah, I'm cool off that. And so what ended up happening was we ended up getting out of jail. I ran into him later on, about like 6-7 months later at a party. He's like, damn, homie, you were going in on me. I was like, hey, you know what? First of all, how'd you beat that case? You guys shot somebody, bro. But I wasn't the shooter, though. That was on the youngster, though, man. He stood solid, though. How'd that feel? Was that solid? Oh! Right? I was on that motherfucker like, you don't ever fucking did, right? I was on my Munchkin land shit. I was fucking, we represent, right? And I was getting off. And of course, the homeboys found out about it. I got a call like, hey, why you get off on the homeboy? This is the streets. Streets is different, right? They say no red on red, but shit, motherfuckers fight all the time, right? Backyard boogie. And I said, I didn't like, bro, first of all, man, have we checked into why this dude got out? How's he out running around? What is his antennas when he's running around, getting out in 6 months? The youngsters are all day doing, going to fucking YA and shit. That's when they started YA and all that. And no, the homie never said no. We seen his paperwork, bro. He's solid. I said solid because a whole bunch of kids took the case for him. Weird shit. Anyways, right? That leads me to this next thing that I talked about in the past, and I wanted to reiterate it. Do you guys remember going to high school, junior high school, whatever school you were in, right? I made it into like the 6th grade, and then I got locked up for the murder case, right? But before that, I remember I moved out of the area that I grew up in, and I lived across from North Campus in some apartments, right? Single mother, man, with her 4 kids, and we were living right there. And I remember I was a little hoodlum, little gangster. I would want to go walk over there to the high school to hang out with the homies, right? The older homies. When I say older, these guys 15, 16, I'm fucking 9, 10 years old, right? And moms would be like, go get some milk. I'd be like, all right. And I'd put the money in my pocket and give me some Cheetos and cut out over there to the high school. And I always timed it. Hey, mom, you need me to go get anything? You want me to go get you some cigarettes, right? Give me a note. And I time it right when they were getting out of school so I'd go hang out. But what I didn't realize then, I did kind of, and I realized it even more so now that I'm older, I think back on it, there was dudes, grown men. They were like, they were like 30, 31, 35, like at least 32 years old, right? Damn, dog. They were cruising, bumping their music in their beat-up-ass fucking mini trucks and their fucking Impalas and their Cutlasses past the high school, trying to impress the little young girls. Back in the day, we see them, oh, that's right, homie. We see them, they're throwing up gang signs. What's up, homie? Right? Yeah, Norte! So, right? They'd be doing whatever they're doing. And my thing was, what are they doing? You know, I remember thinking one day, like, I seen this younger girl, 16, 17, get into a car, and I thought, is that her Theo or dad or what? Like, no, it's her old man. What? Right? What the fuck? You know, I never thought too deep into it because I was too busy trying to gangbang and impress my homeboys. But at the same time, now that I got older, I realized that this is the type of shit that was happening. And it was not even happening at just the high school level. It was happening at the middle school level. I remember getting out of middle school, man. I used to go to a school called Rivera. Real talk. In Merced, we had 3 middle schools, man. My town's small. We had Tenaya, Hoover, Rivera, right? The West, Tenaya. But I used to go to Rivera on the north side by Lofbro, right? And because I lived in Beechwood. So I'd be, those that don't know, right? So when I get out of school and I'm walking with my homeboys, we're going to go to 7-Eleven and Pizza Villa to go get us the personal pizza. Stand up, rest in peace, Pizza Villa. Those that know, it was bomb. And as we're walking, man, there'd be dudes cruising and shit, right? Young girls are walking. They're like, shout, what's that? I'm like, what? You know, that's when I started to realize. And then when I was doing the high school thing, not in high school, but going to the high school and seeing the way these dudes were picking up chicks, it just wasn't cool. It was some real weird shit going on. So, you know, when I see the thing, and I say it's relevant now because I see all this shit going on, all these arguments on whether it's right or wrong. It's definitely fucking wrong, but people have been doing it and it's been overshadowed and people act like it never happened. You know, these were a bunch of fucking weird grown men that we were looking up to. Oh, this is a big homie. You know, he's a gangster. Why? Because he has some Daytons or some McLeans on his shit. Most of these dudes were predators, man, looking for prey. So this shit has been going on, man. It's not like, you know, this shit's just happening now or, oh, you know, and it's never a good thing whether it happens now or then, but it's been happening, you know, and it wasn't part of the gang culture, you know, not at all. You know, I'm going to tell you guys real quick one time, and I was always against that shit. Always, never liked it. Never liked it, man. I'd be walking up to a party like, oh, no, right? Bunch of youngsters there like, what are you guys doing? They're all in the front drinking beer. You know what I mean? Hey, my little brother think he's a monkey vato. No, your little brother needs to fucking go to school and get the fuck away from us, right? And it's crazy because I was doing the same thing as a youngster, hanging out with the older homeboys, thought I was cool and I was being accepted. And look at how my life turned out. See, if I would have had an older homeboy inspiring me and telling me, hey, because I was so dedicated to the gang that if you'd have told me, look, this is what you're going to do, fool, I would have been like, walk in, right? You're going to fucking go to school, puto. That's what homies do. You're going to go get educated and do the right thing. And then come back to the barrio with a degree. And then we could go places, right? I would have been like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Norte, right? And I would have fucking ran and did that. But no, I was told, hey, homie, come kick you, bro. We're going to kill someone tonight. You down or what? You ain't down, ain't you? Fucking down? Yeah, I'm down. I'm scared of shit. I'm down, right? He said, okay, shoot him then. Shoot him, right? Kill him, right? This is the type of indoctrination education I was getting. You need to understand these vatos are not like us, homie. So from a young age, you need to kill them. I'm like, what? Right? This is, and I'm not saying this was happening in every vato, but this is how it was for me. And because it was a dangerous area, you know, I was told to carry weaponry, and I was like, basically like, hey, homie, you need to, right? You need to, because people are trying to get you. Wasn't no one trying to get me. I was a little motherfucking poop bug kid, still fucking trying to collect Topps baseball cards. But at the same time, because I was getting involved in the streets and that lifestyle, I thought it was cool. So the gangsters been doing this. Now, I'm not sitting here trying to poison your parade or rain down and say all gang members are all bad like that, because there was a lot of unity. There was a lot of canalismo. There was a lot of solid ones, man, that just held it down for their barrio and believed in what they believed in. I respect that. I can't disrespect that, not at all. But there was a lot of motherfucking dudes cruising around. It wasn't just gang members. It was Crips, it was Bloods, it was Norte Thugs. It was a little bit of everyone cruising around in their beat-up-ass Honda Accord, right? Fucking, as soon as they'd hit the corner to the school, all of a sudden the music was bumping. Boom, boom. I don't know if they were trying to act cool, but who were you trying to impress? It definitely wasn't the teacher. She was boning the black gymnasium guy. Believe me, the fucking guy that worked on the gymnasium, he was in a mobile just fucking pounding that. So you weren't trying to impress her. There was nothing that you had in that car that was working that big that could impress her. You know what I mean? But you were still cruising around, man. I seen a lot of shit that, you know, always befuddled me and made me think like, man, you know, it wasn't that I was poisoned from the beginning, but I was always questioning. And that's why, as far as I got into my career of being a gang member and everything before ultimately I became non-active and all that, there was always questions in my mind. Why did we do some of the things we did? Why did I participate? I never participated in cruising around the school fucking looking for young girls. I never participated in hanging around with the little homies. You know, I was strictly against it. Anyone that knows me knows, period. Like, I would walk in the house. I was like super gangs. I walk in the house, I see them, I'm like, nah, I'm gone, bro. You know, I can't do this, man. Nah, no way. Hell, no, not me. Not for you beat the beach down with the 2x4. Not me. Anyways, you know, I want some feedback on this one, man, because did you guys remember that when you guys were small, seeing these dudes cruise around bumping all Predatored out? I remember it. You know, or maybe it was just me in my time. I don't know. I don't think so, though. With that being said, it's a video I wanted to drop today. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears Gunner's crown, and I'm going to continue to strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Now, I'm not giving you poison. I'm giving you game. For those of you that are running around utilizing youngsters like, hey, man, we're going to use these kids. They're kids, homie. Don't forget that shit. You'll find out one of these days. You hang around with them, you're going to lay in the ground with them. Bang, bang.